Hello and happy Friday, everybody. I hope everybody's having a great week. A better week with myself, anyway, because you may be able to tell by the sound of my voice that I am suffering with a little bit of man flu at the moment. So please bear with me today. I'm hoping I'll be back to fighting shape for next week. But as I say, unfortunately, it's been a little bit rough this week. But we'll start the videos with the new releases from Royal Mint. And there's not really a lot to talk about this week. There's not been any real new releases. Now, they have brought out a few graded coins this week. In my opinion, they are a little bit overpriced. You're looking at £175 for a 1 ounce silver bullion coin, which I'm sure you'll understand. It's quite a bit of a premium on that. So as I say, me personally, I would give those a miss, but if it's your kind of cup of tea, definitely check out their website and see what they've got on there. But as I say, just be prepared for the pricing that you'll see on there. But if we go into the pickups for this week, I do have a couple of items to share with you all. The first one is another one of the new releases from the Royal Mint, so I'm just going to get my knife into this and get it open so we can have a quick look at what's inside. And with the shape of the box, I do believe that this is going to be a silver proof, and the only silver proof I've got outstanding at the moment from the Royal Mint is the new Harry Potter coin. Oh, okay, no, it's not just a silver proof. They've actually sent the other items as well in here, which we'll go through those first, and we'll have a quick look at them, because I think two of them are going to be the same as the silver proof, so we'll wait for those afterwards. But the first one right here is the all-new Buckingham Palace £5 coin with the reverse as designed by artist Henry Gray. And I think it's a wonderful coin with a lovely depiction of Buckingham Palace on the reverse of the coin right there. The obverse does have the standard Martin Jennings depiction of King Charles III that we see on all of the coins issued by the Royal Mint at the moment. We won't see that because it is in the bunk pack, but as I say, it is just the standard Martin Jennings obverse design on there. If we have a quick look at the blurb on the coin, it reads, Buckingham Palace, from its magnificent facade to the illustrious ceremonies held within the walls, Buckingham Palace stands as a sentinel of continuity that has witnessed generations of British monarchs and monumental events. In the hearts of royal enthusiasts and the British public alike, Buckingham Palace is a symbol of enduring prestige and tradition within the United Kingdom. And I absolutely agree with that. I think Buckingham Palace is definitely an iconic building over here in the UK. It's not. I don't think I've ever personally visited Buckingham Palace myself. I can't remember. Maybe I did as a very young child, but I certainly can't remember ever going down to Buckingham Palace. It is something I would love to do, and next time I'm down London, I might take the time out to go over and have a quick look at the beautiful sights around the palace. Now, I think this is a great coin. These £5 bunk coins are quite reasonably priced from the Royal Mint. They cost around £15.50 plus postage, etc. So not a massively expensive coin. They are comprised of copper and nickel, as you can see on the back here. We've got the denomination of £5, alloy copper and nickel, weight 28.28 grams, diameter 38.61 millimeters. You've got the two designers, Martin Jennings and Henry Gray, and the quality is brilliant uncirculated. So yeah, I'm trying to pick up all the brilliant uncirculated coins that are issued at the moment, whether or not they're £5 or 50p's, or even the seldom seen £2 coins. As I say, they're not massively overpriced. They're certainly a lot better price for the silver proofs, which I've had to calm down a little bit. But saying that, coming on to the next coin, and I'll just pop that on the back right there while we do so. But the next coin, we do have the silver proof version, as well as both brilliant uncirculating versions, being the standard non-coloured and the coloured coin. And as you can see right here, this is the all-new Harry Potter and the Winged Keys, and it's a lovely little coin. I did mention before, it's quite a random design they've chosen for this one. I can think of many other things they could have gone for. In the original set, we had Harry Potter, the Hogwarts Express, Dumbledore, and Hogwarts Castle. So I thought the next few coins for Harry Potter we would have seen from Royal Mint would maybe have been some of the other major characters, maybe something like Ron or Hermione, or maybe even something like Hedwig or something like that. But no, they've gone for the Winged Keys, which I do believe is from the Chamber of Secrets. I believe it's one of the challenges they've got to overcome to get into the Chamber of Secrets, if I'm not mistaken. It has been a very long time since I read the books, and quite a long time since I watched the films either, but I'm pretty sure it is from the Chamber of Secrets. As I mentioned before, this coin is a standalone coin. They're not bringing this out as part of a series, but if we have a quick look at the blurb on the coin, we can see the Winged Keys. Harry Potter, the famous boy wizard, counts on the help of his close friends throughout his many adventures. During his first year at Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry, Harry overcomes a series of challenges alongside his best friends, one of which involves flying amongst a flock of winged keys to catch the right one. The UK coin features an image of Harry on broomsticks during the iconic scene. And right here on the other side, we've got the coin specifications. You can see it's a 50p coin made of copper nickel, weighing 8 grams and with a diameter of 27.3 millimeters. It was designed on the obverse by Martin Jennings. That's the standard Martin Jennings depiction of King Charles I. But the reverse designer was Warner Brothers Entertainment Incorporated. So they've not actually gone for a singular designer. It's been credited to the actual company itself. I always like to see an individual design on there, but I know with the Star Wars coins, etc., they were designed by Lucasfilm. So it's something that we're all into doing more and more by the looks of things. But once again, at the bottom there, we can see that this is issued to a brilliant uncirculated quality. And the limited edition presentation is of 20,000 on this coin, and on that one it doesn't look like it's limited, so you'll be able to, these will be made to order, and they'll be probably making quite a few more of the standard one than the coloured ones, but they're the brilliant uncirculated versions. So I'm just going to get a couple of stands so we can pop these at the back alongside the Buckingham Palace coin. And that's the other one right there. Okay, so finally from the Royal Mint, we have the same coin as the last two, but this one is the silver-proof version. Now, I have said on the channel, I'm calming down a lot with the silver-proofs. The Royal Mint are just issuing a bit too many for me to get every single one that comes out, which I would love to do so, but as I say, you know, I just don't have a budget for that. But with both the Harry Potter and the new Star Wars series, I got the original series in silver-proof, so I thought it'd be great to carry that on, at least get those in silver-proofs. But most of the new releases, I will just be getting the brilliant uncirculated and bullion versions of. But with that being the case, we'll have a quick look at this one, and if I remove that, first thing I can see, this is a little bit different from the standard. It's a different colour. Normally these boxes are in black, and this is more of a dark navy blue, which I quite like. I think that looks quite nice. But without any further delay, we'll get it open and we'll have a quick look at the coin inside. So one thing you'll always get with these silver proofs is the certificate of authenticity, and we can see on this one right here that I have number 4,421. So not the lowest number, not that it really matters, you know, there's no difference, but a lot of people do like to get the lower numbers, and it's, you know, it's a bit of a Brucey bonus to get a low mintage number. But that's about mid-table, as it were, because these coins have been issued in a limited mintage of 8,000. Now, one thing I can tell is they've not put the backing on the square here. On the recent silver-proof 50p's, you've been getting a picture on the back of the acrylic, which I think looks a lot better than when they're just see-through like this. I know it does say they're not birds, they're keys, and just reading from the blurb, it says it from the first book, which was the Philosopher's Stone, so it's not from the Chambers of Secrets. I do apologise about that, but yeah, once again, we can see Harry Potter on his broom with his arm reached out, trying to catch the winged key to get himself through the door to complete this challenge. And it's not a bad design. I quite like it. It's very in line with the illustrations in the original book series, which is one thing I do like. I got into Harry Potter when they first came out in books. I think it was about 15, 16 years old when they were first released on paperback, so it is a blast from the past for me. So yeah, it's a lovely little coin. As I say, it's very similar to the last two we've just seen, but we can see the Martin Jennings depiction of King Charles III right there. The legend reads, Charles III, by grace of God, King, Defender of the Faith, 50 pence 2024. So that will likewise be added to my collection. I'm not sure if we will ever see another Harry Potter coin issued by the Royal Mint. I've got a feeling that we will. I know they say that this is a standalone coin, but I really do have a feeling that it's not going to be the last of the Harry Potter coins we see from the Royal Mint. So we'll keep our eyes out to see if we do receive any more from the Royal Mint going forwards. But that leads me to my next pickup of the day, and this is the last one for today. This is at my auction winnings from the most recent Cobra Stacker auction, which took place last Friday. Now, Cobra's going to be doing the auctions every week from now on. He's going to be doing them every Friday from 7 p.m. So if you are able to do so, I highly recommend popping across and joining us all there from 7 p.m. tonight. I certainly will be there in the chat. I'm not looking to spend any money tonight. The coffers are a little bit low at the moment. I've got money in savings, but I'm really trying to not take that out of the savings account and keep that in there, because I would like to continue seeing the savings account go up. It's a long-term investment, and they're not there to dip into just because I want to buy a few more coins. So I'm going to try and go without this week. But that being the case, I did say exactly the same thing last week, and as you can see, I do have something here to open up and share with you all. So I'm just going to pop it out the envelope. Here we go, and just look at the design of that box. That is absolutely gorgeous. Right here we have the Dungeons and Dragons 50th anniversary Red Dragon D20 2-ounce silver coin, and that box just looks looks stunning to me. You'll know from the channel that I'm a huge fantasy nerd. I love all things dragons, and mainly because of Dungeons and Dragons and my love for Dungeons and Dragons. I used to play it as a very small child, and yeah, it's a great game. It's a great role-playing game. Unfortunately, I've not had a lot of chance to play as of recent years. I do still enjoy painting the miniature models when I get a chance to. I've still not had a chance to set up my modelling studio as of yet in the new house. I've got to finish completing my loft conversion, which means I can then move a load of stuff into storage, which means I can clear rooms out and start decorating them and using them. I'm having to repoint all the mortar on the inside of the tiles, which is taking things a little bit longer. Then I've got to board it down, insulate it, etc. But it won't take too long. I'm about halfway there with it, so hopefully soon I'll be able to get the proper YouTube studio and model making studio set up, and I'll be able to move everything out of my living room, because right now my YouTube studio is just in the middle of my living room, so it would be good to get that out. But anyway, moving on, we'll have a quick look at the coin, and I love this box. I love the way it opens. It's got a magnetic seal right there on the side, and it opens just like that, and just look at that. Isn't it a thing of beauty? It really is. We'll pop it out of the box if we can. No, it's not wanting to come out, unfortunately. It's in there quite well, and this wasn't the cheapest of pieces. This was £155 for the 2-ounce piece, so I don't want to damage it anyway, but it is an absolutely stunning piece. And as we've seen on the front of the box, we've got a red dragon at the top, and that is on top of a D20 dice, which is a 20-sided dice. It's one that I've got quite a few of from playing tabletop roleplay games. As I've said, I'm really into TTRPGs, and so when I saw this come up on the auction last week, I just had to bid on it, because it's just really up my street, this coin is. I really do love it. I think it's my pickup of the week for sure. But as I say, yeah, now that is the 2-ounce Red Dragon D20 50th anniversary of Dungeons and Dragons, and we'll pop him right there in front of the Harry Potters, because we've got the 50p silver proof we can see right there anyway. But as I say, that is it for pickups this week. I think it's been quite a good week for new coins. Maybe it's not been the most pickups ever, but there's some really good quality coins there between the silver proof and the 2-ounce dragon coin, and some lovely little bunk coins as well. So as I say, that is it for this week. We'll see if I'm able to pick up any more silver for next week. And as I say, it is the Cobra Stacker auction tonight, so you never know. Although I'm trying not to spend any money on silver at the moment, I may just get a little bit too tempted, because Cobra really does get the very best items in his auctions. I don't know how he's able to track them down. He's got some absolutely fantastic connections and really is able to bring some stunning pieces. But as I've said before, if you're not looking to bid, it's still definitely worth joining us in the auction, because it's a great laugh. There's always a great chat going off at the same time. So as I say, although I'm not looking to personally buy anything tonight, I will definitely be there, and I can't wait to see you all there too if you're able to join us. Okay, so moving on. One thing I was looking to do this week, I was thinking about going through one of the tins of old coins that I got for my birthday last week. Unfortunately, we've been feeling not too well. I'm going to leave that this week. I'm probably going to do that as their own videos. There's 3 or 4 tins actually. I showed 2 of them on the video this week, but there's a couple of other tins. I've got a jumble of old coins in them, so I'll have a lot of fun going through them. I think I might do one a week going forward, and maybe look to bring them out on a Thursday, so I can still do the coin review on a Tuesday, and then we'll go through the old tins every Thursday for the next 4 weeks. Okay, so next up, as usual, we'll have a quick look at how the ISA account has been performing over the last couple of weeks. We didn't have a chance to look at it last week, but I did mention on the video that it was riding at around 23.36% profit, if I remember correctly. But if we get it on screen, the first thing we can see is we've lost a little bit of profit from last week, roughly around 0.5%. We're currently at 22.76% total returns, with an annualized return of 19.48%. And as I've said before, the only difference between those, that is, as it says, that's for total returns since the day I started the account, whereas the annualized return is the profit I've received in the last rolling 12 months. So from this time last year to this time this year, I've received 19.48% profit. One good thing this month is I will be receiving the dividend payment for the account. This is a accumulator account, so the dividends do get paid directly back into the account. I always say it's best to reinvest the dividends anyway, so it just makes it that one step easier to have them reinvested in the account. And hopefully around the 30th of April, we'll see those hit the account balance, and it will increase the profit just that little bit. So that's an exciting time. This account has a 12-month dividend, so it pays dividends only once a year. Now, you can get other funds that pay dividends on a quarterly, monthly, or even weekly basis. There is normally a draw-off between dividends and growth. What you'll normally find is the more often or higher dividends that a fund pays, the lower the growth is. So I always try and look for funds that are mostly growth funds, so you see the actual value of your investment rise over time. But it's always nice to have that little bit of a dividend payment as a little Brucey bonus as well. So yes, as I say, not a lot to talk about with that really. It's still in great profit, although we've lost a little bit from last week. It's nothing to worry about. As I've said before, these funds will go up and down, and the good thing about that is because I put in a little bit of money every single month, it pound cost averages, which I've always been a huge fan of, as I just think it spreads the risk a little bit over time. If you're able to pay in on a dip, it's great because you'll see loads of profits, but if you invest on around a peak time, then you may see quite large losses, and it may take you some time to get back into the profit there. So as I say, I always think it's great to just put in a little bit regularly, because then you're edging your bets, as it were, and you're spreading your funds across the peaks and the troughs. And as I say, it's certainly worked for me over the last couple of years. It's 22.76% in profit at the moment, which I think is absolutely great. I'm hoping to see more profit going forward throughout the years, because this is something I want to be investing in as a minimum of 10 years, and I've only been investing into it for a couple of years now. So yes, as I say, we'll continue to keep an eye on that and track that going forward. But for now, as we can see, we've had slight losses from previous, but as I say, that doesn't concern me one bit, and I'm sure we'll see more gains going ahead further down the line. Okay, so that's about it for me today. I just want to remind everybody that I'm going to be having my Stack Chat from 7 p.m. UK time tomorrow evening. This week it's going to be with Small Stack Bullion. He's a great guy. He's only 16 years old, yet he's got a great channel which shows not only his silver bullion, but he's also very much like me and into his collectible numismatic coins as well. So I'm really looking forward to having a chat with him and seeing how he's finding his YouTube journey so far. So if that sounds like it's something you'd be interested in, definitely come and join us tomorrow night from 7 p.m. We will start the chat off talking about coins and bullion, etc. But normally what happens on these live streams is towards the end of the night, we take things a little bit out of the box and go a little bit off the beaten track. And a lot of the times we do start talking about conspiracies and things like that, which is a lot of fun. And as I say, we just do that in the last hour or so of the live stream. But we'll also be doing the weekly giveaway. I'll be doing my standard giveaway at around 9 p.m. But Small Stack Bullion has also sent me a couple of bits across, because he's going to be running his own little giveaway as well, whereas he's going to be putting up one of his channel stickers, a poker chip, and a wonderful old crown. I think it was the Queen Mother's 80th birthday crown that he's putting forward. So I may add a couple of additional crowns to that myself, because I've got a few in the collection, so I may add a couple of others to that as well. And I've also been very kindly sent some by Lee Parola as well to give away during the live stream. So I'm not sure if we'll include those this week, or we might do a second giveaway the following week after as well for the pieces that Lee sent across. You'll have to tune in with us tomorrow to find out. But also, one thing I do want to let everybody know is I'm going to be changing the way I do the duck races going forward on the live chats. Now, this week will be the last week where I'll ask people to write the word duck in the comments. The reason I do that is people put the word duck, and then depending on the order they write the word duck in the comments is which duck they're allocated to. So the first person that wrote duck in the comments would be duck number 1, the second person would be duck number 2, the third person would be duck number 3, and so on and so on. It's been getting quite confusing because the chat's been going so well on the last couple of live streams. It's been very difficult to top those up and make sure I'm allocating the right number to the right duck. So we'll do that again this week for the last time. But then going forward, what I'm going to do is every week when I do a duck race, I'm going to be giving everybody a phrase to put in the comments for the live stream, and then I'll be taking the names and using them going forward. So it's going to be a little bit easier for me. But as I say, this week all you have to do is be there with us, join the live stream, and we'll get you entered. But then going forward, you'll have to be there on the previous live stream, and I'll give you the phrase, and then you just put that in the comments, and then that's how we're going to do it going forward. Because as I say, it's just going to be a lot less confusing for me, and hopefully it will give everybody a chance to get involved and make sure we're not missing anybody or misallocating their duck numbers, etc. Okay, so I can't think of anything else I've got to go through for this week, so I'm going to say I've probably rabbled on enough now. So I will leave you all by saying, until next time, as always, look after each other, keep stacking, take care, and goodbye.